Morning up, everybody. Welcome to LockPod Season 15, Episode 2. This is the Midwest's most dangerous podcast, coming to you live from the NECA IBEW Powering Indiana Lake County Studios.
Lindsay, we were a total mess without you here before.
Yeah, that's why everything was messed up.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I had to.
Before
not
you even
complaining.
went on air?
This is not like a. I don't want you to take this in the wrong way, or it's not supposed to be a
The audience will.
misogynistic statement. But I made a terrible cup of coffee for myself. I hit the wrong button.
Oh my!
It's concentrated.
Did you do 12 ounces? Or?
I think I did like. I mean, I don't know if the
You
camera
did
can see this, but it's like
it's
like up to here.
It's like, the espresso
oh yeah, you
pour
did 6.
because
You're supposed to do
I hit
12.
the wrong
right.
button,
Yeah.
and then your dad was like, "What do you mean we're about to go on?" So this, we were a disaster.
We need to have
Obviously.
like a code, backstage code, that we know that we're about to go on.
Just say Lindsay, then we'll know we're ready to go.
Why are we going to use my name? I'm not even here most of the time.
We could just say, like, hey, we're 1 minute left. We're about to go
Which is
on.
what you usually
Which
say.
is what you did, and Dad didn't hear it.
Tom's
And he was like,
checking
oh,
his
shit,
stocks.
we're going
No,
on
I'm not.
air.
I'm sharing our show. So
nice.
thank you very much.
Thank you for that marketing.
Yeah, my pleasure.
You're like a one man, like, that's why you're the
Well,
locomotive.
he's the one with the most followers amongst all of us.
Not even
I do,
close.
I do have.
Not even
I
close.
do have a couple people that follow me. I never take advantage of the campaign page, so I'm sharing it on there too. So
Are you doing that now?
I'm doing it
Are
now.
we
But why don't you
camping?
go ahead and talk about your
Yes.
trip?
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
just got back.
Wonderful.
We're just
Like,
looking
I don't
at
have
Tom
to.
tweet.
Huh?
We're just looking at you
He's
tweet.
not
Yeah,
I know.
it's
It's
so
like
exciting.
this is an
He
exciting
doesn't
show.
believe in tweeting
All right, well, let's talk
anymore.
about our weekend, John. So
Woo! What a weekend.
John and I
I'm glad you guys had fun.
hopped a little trip to New York City, which is a place that Tom knows very well, but I'm getting to know just because my son Aiden lives there. There's a picture of all of us with my niece, her
Concrete
boyfriend,
jungle where dreams are
down in the Lower East Side, and we had a great time. It was my birthday.
What a family. Look
John-
at that gene pool.
John got us.
Yeah.
It all starts with Kevin.
It's a
Nah,
very
look at the
strong
worst
gene
guy in
pool.
that photo. It's me, fat, balding. Not
That
a good
nose
shot.
is genetic.
You're not fat.
This is genetic. That's the title.
There's a bump there, and I'm not pregnant, so.
There's a-
All right,
Well, you're
keep rolling,
56
Hey,
John.
years
Kevin,
old.
that's normal aging.
Thank
You're
you.
56 years old,
Dad
dude.
bod.
You're supposed to.
First time I went to 9/11.
It's a gorgeous museum and a memorial, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty. I guess I would describe it as like heavy. Maybe is the word that I was using that day. It's just like, pretty. I know Tom's been there, and it's pretty amazing. It's really a good memorial. It's nicely done, and it's really quiet there. I think the city did a good job at like kind of shading it from regular city noise and stuff. So I thought that was
Did you
cool.
go to the museum?
Did not. We were just kind of trying to run around the day. This is
Yeah.
that, John. This is
You
that.
need a day for that. It's real.
Yeah, I would like to go back there.
This was crazy. This week, we walked up from the subway into this. I don't even know what this.
Where is that?
It's right before
across
9/11.
from the night.
It's
The
called
Oculus.
the
or something?
Oculus. There you go, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
Pretty
cool.
cool.
New train
Well, that
station.
whole area is new down there.
Yeah,
as you guys know.
right?
Like I was down there before, the terrorist attack.
My niece.
It was all. I mean, it was aged. It was built in the 70s.
Oh, for sure.
That whole area. Now it's like basically brand new. Obviously.
What the hell,
So-
Kevin? What is this?
Oh, I just kind of
Trump.
ran into this. I was walking through Central Park West, and I came
Should've
upon this
gotten
great.
John.
I
from
almost flipped it off, and I thought that's just rude. I wasn't
really.
going to do
that.
that.
So
You
you're going
wouldn't
to
be
take
the-
a picture.
In my
of it.
mind, I was flipping him off. as
Yeah,
I was
but
standing
like
up
they
front.
think you're a Trumper. Like the people that stand
That's
like you are right
exactly
now
what
are
Aiden
the
said
ones
to
that are
me.
fans. Yeah.
Exactly what Aiden said to me. He
Trumpers
said,
do pose like that.
Oh. All right, I am not a
You look
Trumper.
like a
Delete
Trumper.
this photo, please. This is
Yeah,
at Central
everybody
Park
thinks you're a
West.
Trumper.
This was on your birthday.
It was on my birthday.
This was-
Yeah,
yeah.
Happy birthday,
hiking through
Chandler.
hiking through Central Park, which was really cool. Came upon the Dakota, which I'd never seen before.
Talk
which
about
is
heavy.
where
Yeah.
Lennon was shot, right at this archway. That was kind of cool.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah,
I never went there. I went to. They have out in Central Park. They have like a shrine to him. I've been out there.
Oh, I've not. I
Yeah,
went through Strawberry Fields.
It's in, and then there's like a little shrine to him. In
Oh,
Strawberry
I
Fields.
didn't
It's
know
like
that.
a
I
little
walked.
concrete circle
Yeah.
mosaic thingy. Yeah.
Exactly. Lindsay,
I
you did
didn't
it with
see
me, right?
that.
Yeah.
I went right through Strawberry Fields actually and came out right here, and I did not see the memorial. So
I didn't know that was there either, but I've been through Strawberry Fields.
This
I've
is
with
it.
the kids.
72nd, I think. 72nd in Central Park West.
Yeah.
And up
then-
till recently, Yoko lived here for.
Wow, I
ever.
didn't know that
Yeah.
either.
So.
You
First-
could hear her
Crazy.
screaming when she sings upstairs. Have you ever heard her music? It's brutal.
Not that big of a fan of her music.
It's
Hey,
not really
your
even
opinion,
music.
man.
It's
My
like-
opinion.
Yeah. I like how Lindsay does the Big Lebowski voice. Hey, man, that's like your opinion, man.
I got that from you. I call everyone
the Big
dude at
Lebowski.
work.
I
I
know.
had to get a talking to because I kept calling my patients dude.
Yeah.
I gotta rein that in a bit.
Yeah.
We first time I went to Radio
What
City.
up, dude? I'm gonna put in your IV.
Here's your catheter,
What's
bro.
up? Wait, to Jesus. Don't be messing with the Jesus.
Don't mess with them.
This
I
is
heard
what
you
it-
rolled your way into the semis, man. I love that.
It's a great movie.
Me and Liam, we're gonna fuck you up.
Don't mess with the Jesus.
That's the Big Lebowski people.
For those that are maybe
those
Yeah,
that
he's
are
not
younger.
threatening
offended.
Kevin.
I am not
No, no.
threatening Kevin.
No.
Kevin's not Liam.
I got the line. I understood. I didn't feel
I heard you
threatened.
rolled your way into the semis, man. I love it.
Bowling. Well, as
Me
a,
and Liam, we're
as
gonna
a
fuck you
bowling
up.
fan like
I
you,
know,
you're
I
like,
love
this
it.
is like,
Like
this is
talking
my
shit to
dream.
each other.
This is my dream
Me
bowling
and Liam,
match.
we're gonna fuck you up.
You ever notice in that movie, because I watched this recently, that Jesus, the bowling guy, he's wearing a shirt. He's wearing a different shirt in each scene, and they all say different names.
That's awesome. I've
Jesus.
not noticed.
How
that.
about this? Steve Buscemi's character in The Big Lebowski. Every time you see him, he rolls a strike. Every time until
notice
the
that.
end of the game, he throws a split and then he dies right after that. It's
Damn.
funny
See,
shit.
these are all things that
Big
you,
Lebowski
after your
stuff.
10th time watching, you understand.
It's
Yeah,
a
he
good
throws a
movie.
strike
you
every
can
time.
watch it 10 times gladly.
John Goodman's great in it.
Man.
On to the New York tour again. This is the radio. I'd never been to Radio City Music Hall.
Yeah, it's great.
This is
I've been
really
to a
cool.
show
Have
there.
you have too?
Yeah, the Rockets.
Oh wow, you spent the Rockettes
Rockets.
on
The
Christmas time.
spaceships.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Marissa's mentioned that
Yeah.
you guys used
We've
to
gone
go
to
every year,
the
right?
Rocket City Music Show.
My Aunt
the,
Jill-
the Radio City Music Hall
Aunt
show.
Jill
something.
tried out for the Rockettes.
Whoa.
Yeah, she was a big dancer when she
I
was
didn't
younger.
know that.
Yes, she
Because
did.
where did they go? Where did they grow up? Queens.
Flush,
yeah.
well,
they
she's
grew
in
up
Flushing.
yeah,
She
Flushing,
spent.
okay,
Queen, but like Long Island. You know.
gotcha.
So.
Yes,
And
and then
Aunt Jill lived in Flushing. Yeah.
and that's is that in Queens? Flushing. I think I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
All right, here we go. Inside
This is what it was all for, Kevin.
Yes.
This is it.
Oh,
Ricky
it was,
Gervais.
the show was there. Nice.
Yes, the
Nice.
show was
Oh, so
there.
you went in there.
We went to the
Nice.
show.
Very pretty
Awesome.
Oh,
theater.
it was incredible venue.
Yeah,
look
it's
at
cool.
this. Oh,
Right.
You guys saw Ricky Gervais, huh?
Yes.
Yes.
How
Look at
was he,
this
guys?
right
I
here.
would say he was
awesome.
good.
See, I was about to say
Amazing.
this is like a John show. I can't picture Kevin seeing him willingly.
Yeah, no.
What?
I wanted to go. I definitely wanted to go because I like
true?
I like Ricky Gervais and like Extras and the original Office. I mean, his
Yes.
humor's a
the
little
original
bit.
Office was
Yeah,
amazing.
it's so
best.
funny.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's better than Steve Carell.
I thought the comedy show was good. It wasn't great. I liked it. It was, but I wasn't like tear laughing like I do in some shows. But it was still funny. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, you didn't like the Hitler jokes, did you?
No, those. It was just crazy.
Dude,
He's
Ricky
like all
Gervais.
about shock. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly. That's what I get out of him. He's like, I want to shock you
That's
because
why I
I'm
feel
British,
like
you know.
That's not a Kevin thing. That shock humor. You
And
know?
he started
Yeah.
off with like I'm number one. You know, keep trying to cancel me. It just keeps making me number
Yeah.
one. So he's the guy with that like chip on his shoulder, and I think he wants to keep reminding people that
I don't consider him
relevant.
number one, even close to number one, to be honest.
I guess
with
he
you.
was saying number one on some. You
Yeah,
know,
on Ricky Gervais's list. Like, I mean, how could anybody say they're number one when you got Dave Chappelle out there?
he's
To
out
me,
there.
that guy is
Funnier than Dave Chappelle, in my opinion.
really.
Yeah.
I think
See,
Dave
this
Chappelle
is why
is
I
so
think
hilarious.
John has brain damage.
I'm
Oh,
a
yeah.
definitely a
No,
Dave.
I
kidding,
think
I'm
I
kidding.
think no, Linz. I think that you're right. That Ricky
John
Gervais.
has brain
No,
damage.
no, I think Lindsay's right about
John has brain damage.
Ricky Gervais is more of a John show than a Kevin show. I agree with that totally.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Kevin's
like,
not a shock humor guy. He's an intellectual humor guy. He's a smart dude. He's well read.
uh-huh.
He needs somebody like I think John Mulaney is more in your.
I like John
speed.
Mulaney, yeah. I like
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle a lot, yeah.
I
But
love that.
I didn't dislike, don't get me wrong, I didn't dislike Ricky Gervais. It was a great show, and I enjoyed it. It just wasn't like, for me, bellyache.
John, you
laugh.
loved it.
I loved it.
Yeah?
And that's
Were you laughing the
like
whole time?
third time I've seen
Was there
it.
any opener? Oh, the same tour?
No.
No, because that's the third time you've seen him.
Yeah.
Any jokes that you've heard before? Come up?
Spins on jokes I've heard
Yeah.
before. Yeah.
We were calling it variations on a theme.
Do they
Yeah.
make you drop your phone in this one?
No.
So
No,
people
they-
were filming?
No, they
No.
said don't use it. If you use it, you'll get kicked out.
Gotcha. That's
So
the way
like
to
a
do it.
Broadway
Yeah.
show.
That's the way to
kinda.
do it.
Right.
Dave
like-
Chappelle's show, I had to put my thing. I
Right.
had to put my phone in.
They did the lock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got it locked on the way out.
I
I didn't.
kinda
You know,
like
I didn't
that,
mind
though.
that though, because then you're just not even tempted to even like check your tags or whatever. You're just
just
like
seemed
kind of
like-
watching
Yeah, but
the
the
show.
process of getting your phone back, I went to one concert where they made us lock our phones, and the process of getting our phones back at the end of the concert where everyone's trying to leave is
I agree with you,
huge
Lindsay. It
pain
was a
in
little
the
bit of a
ass.
pain because you want to get out of there and you got to wait in line to unlock it.
exactly.
Yeah.
Usually it's like 11 o'clock, and I just want to go home.
So my son Aiden was like, "Dad, I know you like banana pudding, which I do, And he was like, there's a supposed like famous place on what is it? I think it's like 48th and or 44th and whatever.
Right
it's
next to Radio City.
Yeah, right next to Radio City, basically.
I'm 56 years old. I've never had banana pudding.
Oh,
what?
That's a
I
shame.
just kind of assume it's like vanilla pudding.
It's all about whether you got fresh bananas and Nilla wafers in it, in my opinion. So this is just a quick video.
The banana pudding professional.
I like banana pudding. So this happens to be me trying the banana pudding out.
This is how Kevin's birthday ends. Banana pudding in New York City.
And off to bed. Trust me, this was it.
All right, Magnolia Bakery, 49th and 6th. There we go, banana pudding.
Oh, look at that. He did the double dip.
Yeah.
I brought
You
that
dip
up.
first and then dip second.
Oh, man.
He scraped it off the
Oh man.
So did you guys all go to the
Wow.
show?
We should
Yeah.
have a small.
Aiden also.
Vanilla wafers and all.
Nice.
Vanilla wafers and all. There you go.
How much is a Ricky Gervais ticket in New York? That's got to be $500.
No, it was we waited too long. We could have got him for under 100 and we got him for 190.
That's not bad at all. I thought it would have been much more. Radio City Music Hall? I thought
Guess
that'd be
Ricky
much more.
Gervais isn't number one.
Sold out.
See,
though.
I agree.
Sold out
Lindsay.
2 nights.
Dude, but like if Dave Chappelle is playing Radio City Music Hall, it's $500 to see him. That's
The fact
difference.
that an English comedian has
Yeah.
made it somewhat in America is
I agree,
saying
John.
something, yeah.
That's solid. Like going over, like you don't see. I mean, I imagine Dave Chappelle could go over to London and do well.
Oh
right?
yeah, I think so. It's just harder for UK to make it over here.
I think that's right. Actually, the opener, the guy whose name was Sean McLaughlin, I think he was really good.
Was he
really good?
Was he
English.
also?
Yeah, he was really good. I laughed.
Was
really
he
hard
with
him.
accent?
Yes, and he was making fun of the whole thing, which was great.
Yeah.
He had one great
look at
joke.
this. You got
So-
some Amish in the subway.
So John was a little bit. I don't want to say like. Maybe anxious is the right word about going on the subway. First time on the subway, so I was like, "Come on."
That was your
let's do
first
it.
trip on New York subway?
Yes. And anxious is
Did-
not the word.
Okay.
It's not that
It was just,
scary.
you got to understand, the last thing I heard going to New York about the subway was like a homeless guy had sex with a corpse on the subway.
It's a
Like, this
big
is a
subway
new-
system. Though.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
like,
But
that could've
still.
been in the nether regions, that's possible, probably.
So,
Crazy.
so I took John on his first subway trip, and I think he would even say it was a lot better than he had imagined.
Well, so I'm like, I would say trepidation.
Fair
is
enough.
The word, okay?
Fair enough.
So we go down into the subway, and this is the first thing I see. And I thought to
Amish.
myself, if these Quakers can be down here singing hymns,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be okay.
Are they Amish or are they Quakers?
We didn't know. We didn't ask. They were just being led by a gentleman.
Well, they have a
and-
thing full of literature right there. You could have picked one up.
So this was John's introduction to the subway. John,
Like literally.
No, you didn't stop and get the literature? What's
No.
the matter with you
Bro,
guys?
I ran
thought
down the
you
stairs.
were well read.
Bro. I like Lindsay
No,
saying.
he's well
I'm going to
read.
start saying bro, Lindsay.
Bruh.
Good.
Bro.
No, not
Lindsay
bruh.
says dude
we
all
say
the time,
bro.
so I'm going
That's
to
not-
return the
I say
favor.
bruh.
Bro.
We do it 90s style.
Do I do it like that? Bro.
No.
Bro.
Just say bro.
Bro.
It's a single
Okay, I'm in.
syllable.
I'm in.
All right.
Very dangerous subway.
I made these guys come down here to keep to
you
lower
hire
the
them?
trepidation. I hired them to lower the trepidation
Wow.
for you.
They actually
Wow.
they sound pretty phenomenal. The
Yeah, they're really
acoustics in
good.
that subway are
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
fantastic.
They really
So anyway, overall, great trip to New York. It was fun. Can't wait to go back.
Any homeless people getting it on
yeah,
with
of
corpses?
no.
Didn't see that.
No
didn't
corpses.
see that at all.
No
Lot of-
Did you
corpses at all.
see? Okay, so my first time in New York City, we got off the train, we exited, and I saw a man pooping in the gutter.
I was with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Tom.
I was like,
I had to go.
I gotta go.
I had
So
some
like
Mexican food that day.
you had a really good experience.
I had Taco
Granted,
Bell.
ours was not the subway; it was just a regular
Yeah,
train
Liz,
from Long
good
Island.
point.
There's a fun fact about New York City. It is the same amount of square miles as Hammond, Indiana.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Isn't that nuts?
So we could put, millions of people in Hammond easily.
Well, so I looked that up.
we just got to go higher.
we just got to go high. Thank you.
Aim high. The nighttime population in Manhattan is 1.6 million, and it swells to 4 million on a typical
That's
weekday.
crazy. I know.
Double.
It's a big city, man.
Oh, 'cause
Same size as
people
Hammond.
traveling inside for work.
25 square miles for those of you wondering.
I think that's really cool. Hammond.
He
if you can
counted
get your way
every
around
last
Hammond,
square foot.
300 miles of roadway.
There you go.
Pain in the ass. Hey,
All right.
Lindsay had a little thing at the Civic Center
Oh,
also.
this is good.
While we were gone, Lindsay, we did this. Juan at the Civic Center booked this, and as soon as he booked it, I
Oh,
was like,
my
my
God.
daughter is going to love you. He booked a thing. It's a MMA, okay? But it's,
Mixed martial arts for those of you not in the know.
thank you, mixed martial arts.
Bro.
But he booked
Bro.
the, it's armored MMA. Basically, it's mixed martial arts with chainmail, swords, axes, lead pipes.
Maces. Not lead
They
pipes.
beat the
no lead
crap
pipes.
out of. They had lead pipes.
They were not hitting each other.
We got rid of the lead.
Get the lead out. Okay,
They were regular
still.
pipes.
Just look at how
Steel
happy
pipes.
Lindsay is here.
Dude,
She is happy.
You would think it's like a Star Wars festival. She's so happy.
Have you ever seen her smile like this?
No, I've never. Like, I didn't even know she had upper teeth like that. Like,
I want you guys to know for my birthday this year, my husband bought me a sword.
Wow.
really?
Yes.
Is that it that you're holding?
No, they gave me their own sword, and that thing is heavy. It's heavier than my sword. My sword's like twice as long.
Look at these boots.
Thank you.
You can tell Lindsay's making.
awesome.
Those are my
Lindsay's making
shit
regular
kickers.
pay now. Yeah.
It's like a big night out.
Lindsay's got a freaking kick-ass job. She's got super nice clothes now. It's awesome.
I've had
I
those
love it.
boots since I was a teacher.
Oh yeah.
Check yourself before you wreck
Check
yourself.
yourself. Brian looks good there.
Yes. Oh,
Brian
this
looks
is
like
great.
Brian looks like he
always
can mix,
looks good.
Brian
Put
looks
my
like he can
husband
mix it
back
up.
on.
Like look at
Hell
the guy
yeah.
next to Brian and Brian. I'd like to see Brian throw on some chainmail. I think he can take that guy.
I definitely think so. But Brian
yeah,
is
that
a
guy Brian's next
pacifist.
to. I agree. Brian's a pacifist, but if
Brian is gentle.
Brian's just as big as that dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I think Brian could take him.
I
You
think
know,
Brian
those-
can take him
those
without his
smaller
armor.
body types are what, not how small,
Yep.
average body type, size, height, everything. That's perfect for MMA because it's most of those guys were working to get them on the ground.
Yes,
Yes.
true.
They hit each other with their
Yep.
sticks a couple times
And
and,
then
then
they
they
fall to the
grapple.
ground.
Sticks.
Yeah.
And that's what MMA is all about, is grappling.
Here's Lindsay with one of the wenches that was fighting.
She's
The
not a
wench.
wench.
She's
Oh, I'm
She's
sorry.
an actual knight, bro.
Oh, a knight.
Come
One of the
on.
knights that was
One
fighting.
of the winches.
Fetch
not
me my
some
goblet
wins.
of
I just
wine.
figured
I
I'd
love
use
that.
some medieval.
That's a good word.
Medieval terminology.
It's a great word.
Yeah.
Those were like
wench.
wenches
There's
were
no
prostitutes,
positive
bro. That's-
reflection of
Calm
wench
down.
at all. Hey, wench, could you give me something? Like,
And I think we can say that again. now
No,
that
this was
Trump's-
her first
Kevin
year
just dropped
competing,
it.
actually,
Yeah.
and she
So
won.
am I not supposed to say that word? I didn't
I
even
don't
know.
know.
I was
It's
just
like-
like, what's a good medieval word I can pull out of my
So
back
you went
pocket
with
here?
wench. It even sounds vulgar.
It does.
It does. I'm sorry
like
to our
minge.
listening audience.
She's
I was
a knight.
I was interviewed by some
John.
this lady, but it was aired like across the world basically. This
Oh, yeah.
interview I did, that lady, and I was in a weird mood that day because I just got my head shaved.
Tom was having a lot of fun on this interview.
I was like
thought.
trying to like get in this chick's head the whole time. I was like joking with her. You could tell she's under distress because it's like a worldwide interview,
She's like, why
and
is
I'm
this guy in
completely
my-
fucking around with her the
in
whole
my
time.
space.
She is under duress. Look
Yeah.
at-
I know.
look at
She's
her
like, what
eyes.
the fuck is
And look
going
at Tom.
on? Like,
Her eyebrows
He's like
give it
having a
away.
blast.
I was fucking with her so much on that interview.
I can tell that's your mischievous face.
Yeah, it was definitely my mischievous face. She was like, you could tell she's like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, we're live on the air right now. So, but she doesn't realize I'm a podcaster. She didn't. I think she
She
realized.
didn't
it
know who
after.
she invited.
That's right.
Yes.
Look at that dude, by the way.
He
I would
is
not take him
The
on.
mountain.
That was right after he got done fighting.
Yeah, he's big and strong. I would not.
And he has
take him
chainmail on.
By
Or
the
he
way,
has
I'm not a
armor
small
on.
person.
That's armor, not
Yeah,
chainmail.
I
bro.
corrected myself.
I'm like 215.
Bruh.
Okay, and that guy is clearly bigger than me. I'm 215. I'm not a small guy. So like that guy is 250.
You know,
With chainmail on, he's probably closer to 300.
I was pretty
Can you imagine
impressed
that
about
shit?
No.
the variation in size of the competitors.
Yeah.
You
Look
had
at-
the big guys, and you had your average guys,
Like the
and you had
heavyweight
smaller
class.
guys. Yeah, so and they were like equally matched for the most part.
And fun to watch.
It was awesome.
Oh yeah.
It was
It's
super
behind
cool.
you. Up
I-
to the rafters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
3,000 people.
Juan did a good job, man.
He really did.
Yeah.
Juan did a good job. Good
I
job,
can't
Hammond
wait
Civic
until
Center.
they come back.
Oh, they're coming back in November. Make sure in November
yeah.
you buy. We sold 3,000 tickets and nobody knew what they were buying tickets to. No, no. You watch next time that place is going to be sold out to the rafters.
I think
It's
the
freaking cool.
the cool part about that was the line was out the door down
Yeah.
the block to get in, and it was people from all over. A lot of people that I talked to because I was helping check tickets in. They were saying it's my first time here,
Yeah,
so
right.
that's really
nice.
cool. Bring them in.
You know, the last time. Well, they don't go on the road. First off, Armored MMA. This is the first time they went on the road. You know where they're based out of? Where they do all their shows? Nashville, Tennessee. So like they go to Hammond, Indiana from Nashville
Love
to
it.
hold this. So great job
Wow.
to Juan and everybody at the park department that put on a great event. So, want to do a mailbag?
We could do a mailbag.
Let's do a mailbag.
Absolutely.
Do a mailbag, and then when we come back after mailbag, we're going to talk about the state of Indiana has banned marijuana advertising.
What?
Yep.
Oh yeah, let's
So-
go all in. Let's really go
just
all in
the
against
opposite
marijuana.
direction of
So-
everyone else around us.
Yeah, who is legalizing the drug, but we're going to make it illegal to advertise that.
We're gonna go a step further. All right, we're gonna but I don't want to give that story away, so we'll
And
get
then
to that after ads.
after that, come back. We're going to talk some George Santos, Canada elections. So we got quite the show
We
for
got a
you.
good show.
So let's go ahead and do some mailbag. We got to start it off the right way.
Mailbag.
All right, here we go. Mayor, I'm not a resident of Hammond, Indiana, but I'm an occasional visitor. Okay, so we start off right off the bat.
Yeah, I'm going to throw this up, but hide their name.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I have friends who own a house just outside Briar East Woodland Dunes, and I've enjoyed walking those trails in their beauty and sublimity. I am saddened to see them go, and I know that loss of a habitat will not only affect the local ecosystem, but will reduce the wildlife that makes its way to my hometown in Maryville, miles away. I understand this project is all but a done deal, but as a social scientist and artist, I found there are actually 2 possible stories that might be told after all those are long gone.
Does the wildlife really make it all the way to Maryville?
I don't know.
I mean,
the birds do.
the frog. I mean, maybe
The frogs.
Why would they fly to Maryville?
Raccoons can travel pretty quickly.
All right,
and,
I just think
they're
that's a little bit of a
rambunctious.
I don't think
embellishment.
raccoons are going to Maryville.
No,
It's my
neither.
personal opinion. I don't know, but
Okay, so there's 2 stories in this letter that I'm still reading.
I'm already a little.
We've got a couple
doubtful.
It's a long-
parables, y'all.
Okay, it's
It's
a
a
parable.
long-ass
Thank you,
letter.
Lindsay.
Oh, it's a parable, okay.
The first is about an
When?
elderly woman talking to her grandchild. Okay, here's the story, everybody. When I was a little girl, I saw my first deer where the coffee shop's at, but the city built, insert relevant famous person, avenue years ago. The forest was 4,700 years old. No, it wasn't, Grandma. It sure was, older than the trees in Sequoia Park in California. Why did they get rid of the old forest? Like the old song says, pave paradise, put up a parking lot. And one day that little girl would have her own grandchildren, but then she would forget that story from her past, and the story of Briar East Woodland would pass with her. But,
Our
okay,
forest
Wow.
is older than the Sequoia National Park.
it's not a forest, first off. Okay, it's a shitty little woodland. Okay, but like it's hard to compare it to the redwoods in California. But anyway, some people could do that. But here's another possibility. This is still in the letter. It's a long one. That one day the same elderly woman and her grandchild will be walking hand in hand through Briar East Woodland Dunes. And instead of pointing at a menu to order a latte, they'll be pointing at little girl's first deer of her own. And they will share stories and enjoy the beauty of their city. And they will pass by a worn but well cared for plaque that reads, "Thank you, Mayor McDermott, for saving our park."
Oh.
I know it's a long shot, but considering it's March Madness time, I thought I'd throw up a prayer from half court. So that's the letter.
good job.
A couple things I would say. One, there's a lot of deer in Hammond, so there's
Yeah,
a lot of
there is a lot of deer.
opportunity
They
to
do
see,
not
have
care
to have
about
the
the
grandchild
forest.
see the first deer. I get them in my front yard sometimes.
I got an alternate ending to this
They
story.
could come to the Parkway.
She gave two different stories. Basically, one story is like how wonderful it was. The other one where you're ordering a latte at a Starbucks.
At Kevin Smith Avenue.
Kevin Smith Avenue, driving on Tom McDermott Bridge. But how about this alternate ending? How about I live in the southwest part of Hammond and I'm having a heart attack, and the fire trucks and the ambulance and the police department can't get to me because there's a stop train in Hessville, and I'm literally choking to death because the closest EMS unit is across a stop train for me, and they have to drive 16 minutes to get all the way around that stop train to get to my house, and in that 16 minutes I die.
So maybe
How about that?
Wait,
How about
maybe we
that
go like
story?
this. Maybe we go like this. Grandma, what's wrong with that man in the car? I don't know. I think he's having a heart attack. Oh my God, he just died because the ambulance couldn't get here.
Let's go to the forest, honey. Right? At
She
least
saw
we have our trees here.
Let's go to Gibson Woods, a half mile away.
That's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. Gibson Woods is down the street. It's 280-something acres of park, of actual dune and swale. It's actually recognized as a park system right down the street, half a mile away. So,
So you're still getting stuff on this, obviously.
yeah, but I don't care. I'll be honest with you. I made my decision up years ago, and I'm marching forward proudly. Once this is approved by the federal government, we're gonna put up this bridge, and we're gonna save lives with quicker response times.
When do
through
you
that part of
think
our city.
you'll know? Like, how are
Soon.
things moving along? Yeah.
Real soon.
Okay.
Real soon. Yeah. Anyway.
All
okay.
right.
Great mailbag.
Yeah, that was a good.
I mean,
My
that was a good
takeaway
and
from
just-
Dad's story is that the guy was having a heart attack and choking for some reason at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, they can
Choking on a lack of air.
I don't see that often.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's a good letter. Like it's
Well thought
well
out,
written.
sure.
No.
I don't
Yeah.
think it landed as hard as they thought.
Thought.
The stories are. I don't know.
But also, why the March Madness reference?
Well, it was right in the middle of the tournament when I got this
Oh,
one.
okay.
Yeah.
We're
It was
pulling
because
from the
we were
past.
off air when this came in.
I like the fact that you're building up mailbag.
Yeah.
That
Well,
is
I
nice.
mean, I get
Send
tons
us
of mail.
mail.
So I just like every once, and usually I respond to mail because it's coming to me as
Yeah.
mayor. Sometimes I could pull it and use it for Lockpod.
Love
This
it.
is one of them.
Thank
So,
you.
All right, let's go ahead and do some ads. When we come back, like I said, we're going to talk about Indiana General Assembly is saving us. We should thank them because when we're driving to New Buffalo to buy marijuana, I hate seeing those marijuana ads when I'm driving there. So, like, when I'm driving there, at least Indiana's protecting me from those marijuana ads. So when I pull off on mile marker 1, I could be barraged with marijuana ads. So,
and marijuana stores.
And marijuana stores, right. You know, so anyway, we'll come back and talk about our General Assembly saving us. Thank you. Thank you, Representative Pressel, for saving us from these ads.
The devil's lettuce.
Devil's lettuce.
I can't stand to see it.
Power in Indiana Lake County, our premier and studio sponsor. Power in Indiana Lake County is your source for the region's most trusted electricians. At Power in Indiana Lake County, we set the standard for excellence in electrical work. As IBEW Local 697 electrical contractors, we ensure safety, reliability, and quality for Northwest Indiana corporations and businesses and homes alike. But our mission goes beyond the job site. We're creating a brighter future for the region we proudly serve. Power in Indiana Lake County, bringing excellence to the job, creating a brighter future for our community. Find the right electrical contractor at powerindiana.org.
Michelob Ultra, the official sponsor of the PGA, is a superior light beer with ultra smooth taste. This refreshingly crisp light lager has only 95 calories and 2.6 carbs, making it the perfect beer on the golf course or at the 19th hole. Check out the new Ultra Zero with only 29 calories, making it the perfect zero alcohol beer for any time of the day. Head over to the Cal Brew or the Michelob Ultra websites and social media pages for more info on this great family of beers. Enjoy the Michelob Ultra lifestyle with beers and cheers responsibly. Thank you, Cal Brew.
Don't let your business get lost in the shuffle of generic branding and aimless marketing. Trust Northwest Indiana's award-winning full-service marketing agency, The Branding Room Floor. Providing data-driven results to help your business grow in a crowded market is their specialty. From website development and digital advertising to graphic design and branding, The Branding Room Floor will set your business and organization on a clear path to strategic success. Don't wait another day to get started. Visit thebrandingroomfloor.com or their brand new headquarters today.
Ku Klux Law. Are you facing legal challenges and don't know where to turn? Who are you going to call? Ku Klux Law. That's who. Look no further than Ku Klux Law, your trusted source for legal advice in Indiana and in Illinois. Do you need representation buying or selling real estate? Call Ku Klux Law. Do you need help forming your business? Call Ku Klux Law. Did you get injured in a car crash or at your job? Call Ku Klux Law. No matter what your legal issue, call Ku Klux Law at 219-671-6347 for a free consultation. Who are you going to call? Ku Klux Law. That's who. Hablamos Espanol.
Rogers Roofing. When you want the best for your home and family, trust the best in the business, Rogers Roofing. Rogers Roofing has transformed homes in Northwest Indiana and Chicagoland for more than 55 years. Providing quality roofing, siding, gutters, and windows, all backed by the best warranties in the industry. To learn more and to schedule your free consultation, visit rogersroofing.com or call 219-933-9145 today. That's rogersroofing.com or 933-9145. And remember, at Rogers Roofing, excellence is expected every time.
MCR Partners is your one-stop destination for top-notch expertise in economic development, finance, and planning. With a dedicated team geared up to tackle your projects head-on, they're your go-to comprehensive solution providers. Dive into the world of economic development with MCR Partners and let them guide you through a maze of opportunities. Stay in the loop and connected by hitting up their website at mcrpartnersllc.com and for tailored personal assistance. Do not hesitate to reach out to Matt Reardon at 219-741-9511.
I reached out to Matt Reardon yesterday, talking.
Did you call him at 219-741-9511?
I just pushed Matt Reardon on my phone.
I bet that's
programmed in, but I'm sure that's the one.
That's his personal number. Feel free to call him.
I'm telling you, these guys are involved in a massive, massive deal.
Matt's always in the mix.
Massive. Like, it's the biggest deal I've ever been a part of. And if it happens, I'm going to kiss him on the lips.
Right here in Lockpot.
Can we film that?
Ooh.
Yes, you can. Matt, you got to come in.
This is going to be exciting.
It's going to be a quick one. Like, no tongue, nothing like that.
I don't see him doing that.
Oh, he'll be like...
Breaking news.
All right, how about the cheek?
Dad's backing it down.
Yes.
You missed your headline, dude.
I was so excited about the kiss on the lips with Matt. I
mean, honestly,
my chance.
It's worth a kiss on the lips if we get that.
You know, I think you're right about that.
I should kiss Nipsko is who I should kiss. That's the one that deserves the kiss.
Yikes.
I wonder if Matt. We'll have to see if Matt's going to be up for that.
When you kiss Nipsco, you get shocked.
Oh, look at you.
Aw.
Yeah.
Funny.
All right, let's do
Medium quality
'Cause they're
entertainment
an
right here on
That's
Lock
right.
Pod.
That's right. Not high quality, medium quality. That's right. Indiana bans marijuana advertising.
Woo,
You know,
this
I've
was
never
something.
driven to New Buffalo, but I've heard on the way to New Buffalo that there's a lot of marijuana ads when you get to like LaPorte County. Because, you know, if you're driving through LaPorte County north on 94, basically you're either going to Michigan to vacation or you're going to Michigan to get weed and turn around and come back home. Okay. Or
both.
Or you could be going to visit Michigan. I understand. There's a lot of great things to do in Michigan. I love the state of Michigan. I'm
one
being
of
funny.
the great things to do in Michigan probably has to do with those billboards.
True. Well, and that's why basically mile marker 1 is, this is not exaggeration. I know there's 6 or 7 dispensaries that are brand new that are built right there before you even get to the casino. And
There's
that's used to be only thing you could do there is go to the casino.
And we reported on LockPod right kind of during it was being legalized up there, that they had that township alone, which I think it's called New Buffalo Township even, I think they issued 37 licenses. Now, I don't know if all those have been built, but there's probably a good 20 within the first 2 miles of getting into Michigan.
When Michigan first legalized marijuana, I would go there, okay? And I would go to this place about 5 miles in because it was a cute little place. And I liked the people that worked there. And it was small, and it seems like I got better deals there. So I'd literally drive 5 miles into Michigan. It took me a while extra because it wasn't just 5 miles. You had to go on a little side road. And it was like a town's little dispensary. And I went there, and I did it for the first year and a half that it was legal there. And after a while, I was just looking at mile marker 1, just feeling like a dumbass. It's like, why am I driving by? It's like mile marker 1, New Buffalo, has become a dispensary stop. There's literally, you don't have to get off the highway for, you don't have to go 1 more mile into Michigan. It's all right there.
Yeah, I mean, if that's not like a story of American business, right? Like you have like the Walmarts and the of the world are going to push out the small little shops, maybe.
Yeah, so
hopefully
I don't
the
go
little
there.
shop is still there, but if
It's
not,
probably not as busy because people like me went away. And not only that, it's just a small little town.
Yeah.
And they're serving their small little town. But let me tell you about mile marker 1. You mentioned Walmart.
it's like Las Vegas.
It's
of dispensaries.
When you go into the dispensaries there, I feel like I'm in like a Walmart or a Costco. It's just massive. Everything's packaged, huge. There's just like everywhere. It's a little bit overwhelming when you get in there. It's like there's hundreds of things you have to decide between which ones you want to buy. And most people don't know anything about it because it's recently legalized. So you have no idea what Stizzy is. You have no idea what vape cartridges are. You're learning this
Stizzy.
whole thing.
And I think the staff's always very helpful.
Yeah.
Every
they're
time
like,
I've gone up there,
they're
it's-
bud tenders. They're
very
Oh, I like
passionate
that.
about weed.
That's
Bud
their name.
tenders.
That's their name, yeah.
Really?
You could literally ask them questions, and they're there to help you. It's like a sommelier would be with wine.
bud tender, like a barista.
But
It's
they're
like-
high as
yeah.
shit.
They're not supposed to be. They're working. I mean, I'm sure they got an edible going or something, right? They're not
Sure.
supposed to be, though.
I don't think they seem always really sober to me.
So anyway, Indiana doesn't like this, because that's the devil's lettuce. And over here in Indiana, we don't do the devil's lettuce.
We don't want to make money, even though now we're going to be going into a huge deficit.
Right.
We don't
We'd
want
rather
tax
sell
money.
fireworks that blow your hand
Yeah.
off. Right. So like Indiana is like, hey, listen, not only are we not going to get on board this marijuana thing, all of our neighbors are in it. Not only are we not going to get on board, we're going to isolate our citizens from the billboards.
From the actual
because
ads.
These billboards are evil. It's advertising the devil's lettuce to our pious Hoosiers. We can't see
right.
that stuff here. We don't want to see that stuff, right? So leave that devil's lettuce in there in Michigan. Don't be bringing it here in Indiana, right? And we've seen, so not only is it applied to billboards, how about the trucks that drive from New Buffalo and they drive on, highways and they come to Hammond and they drive around Hammond and they got marijuana ads on their trucks. They drive around and then they run out of gas and then they turn around and they drive home again. But they're advertising here in Indiana.
Yeah,
their whole
illegal.
purpose of being on the streets of Hammond is to entice people to make that drive to New Buffalo to buy weed, right?
Not anymore.
So that's illegal also, right?
Yes.
Devil's lettuce. Leave it in Michigan, buddy.
It's really interesting to me. I mean, like, why in the world are you legislating this?
It's a freaking joke.
It's just like what this is what we hope our legislators go and do important work down in Indianapolis. This just to me doesn't meet the standard.
Somebody in the comments just made a really good point because this has been an issue for a hot minute. They're not doing anything about the strip club billboards.
They're legal.
They're legal.
Yeah.
But we could see a lady's nipples driving in Indiana, and that's
Yes.
fine. But,
That's
if you
fine.
see like a
And I'm okay with
pen.
it.
Oh my God, a vape pen! It's like, oh, you want to go to the strip club? Yeah, let's go to the strip club. You know, but don't show me that vape pen.
Those ads even say things like barely legal,
right?
Yeah.
Or the you know, lap dance, cheap lap dance on Tuesday or something.
Right.
They're promoting that.
By the way, I bet you they've had a couple underage women in there, and I bet you have some underage men in their bars, but underage women dancing over the years. I bet you they've skirted the law in those strip clubs, but you could do that. That's perfectly fine. Right?
Here's another thing. In Indiana, for years, they didn't have any alcohol sales on Sunday. Now you have to wait till noon to buy your bottle of wine on Sunday. God forbid, you can't have you got to wait till noon to get that liquor. But they allow liquor ads on Sundays.
I want to get wasted on Sunday morning. You know what I'm saying? When I wake up, I want to booze it up.
You got to wait till
and then
noon,
go
Tom.
To church.
But should we cover up all the liquor ads on Sunday until noon?
Yes.
And then
we should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about gambling? You want to talk about vices?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's legal though.
Indiana, but they love casinos.
We have a ton of
They love
advertisement
'em.
for casinos too.
Oh yeah.
Maybe,
by the way, that I had a violent crime in Hammond about a month ago. It was 100% related to gambling. It was this guy is a loser,
Getting a
and
shakedown.
no, the guy lost $12,000 at Hammond Horseshoe, and then he started driving down the street and he beat the crap out of his girlfriend and then killed a bunch of people because he was frustrated about losing money.
pleasant.
But I mean, it's completely sad. I mean,
That's actually causing damage to people who live here,
Yeah, I mean, probably a violent, terrible guy to begin with.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit, right? And then he lost $12,000, and this piece of shit turned into a killer, And hopefully he gets a death penalty because he's a piece of shit and doesn't deserve to walk the face of the earth.
Hopefully he gets the punishment
in
he
my
deserves.
opinion. In my
Tell
opinion.
us how you really feel, Daddy.
Lindsay, I watched the video. He's a piece of shit.
Watch the video of what?
I don't
Him
doubt
killing a bunch of people
What?
that were trying to help somebody
Oh my
So what,
God.
like with his car or what?
with a
Like,
gun.
oh my God.
Yep, it was bad.
Okay.
Terrible, man.
Yeah, it is terrible. But like we have terrible people out there, you
Yeah.
know. But that's related to gambling, John.
Yeah.
And it's like we have gambling, and we know it ruins family. We know it kills people. We know that,
and
but
how
yet
addictive it is. Yeah,
it's a
just-
big part of our policy in Indiana. It's like this is a big part of our revenue stream in Indiana is this dangerous habit that kills people and ruins people.
Yeah.
But we're fine with advertising that. But like marijuana, we can't do that.
Maybe Illinois will stop advertising fireworks. They'll be like, it's illegal here in Illinois.
I agree, by the way.
Just,
so they could reciprocate. And they could
Sure.
say, Crazy Kaplan, sorry, you can't buy 150 billboards along, Illinois routes anymore because...
I mean, and the question really becomes, here, Tom and I'll put our lawyer hats on, right? I mean, you got a First Amendment right. Now, commercial speech is looked at a little differently, and there are limits on commercial speech that there aren't on just regular speech.
Which is this. This is commercial speech.
Yeah, for sure, commercial speech. So you usually... you have to show whether or not it's lawful or not. So they're going to, bang on that it's not lawful. And then if it is, and then they're going to say like, oh, well, there's a substantial interest that outweighs the need to advertise. That'd be the state's, what do they call it? Like the state's purpose or against the harm of advertising. And then the court's going to have to weigh it. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they get past the lawful end of it, but
I'm going to wear my
ridiculous.
My McDermott for Senate marijuana leaf shirt.
I was
in the
curious.
State
Can I
House.
wear that?
If I get tackled by a state trooper,
You're advertising marijuana, Tom,
I know.
on your shirt.
Some state trooper just tases me.
So what if I'm wearing like a shirt for one of the Michigan places? Can I do that? Like
They
Exit
sell 'em.
1.
No, they have a.
But
King,
also,
King
like,
of Buds.
Leah, what's
KOB?
the limit, Like, some of these advertisements that I've seen are relatively, they're not in your face like some of these strip club ones are. They're like the title, and then maybe there's like a little marijuana leaf, but it's not like, get your bud here, It's...
Get your bud here.
Yeah.
Prohibiting the law prohibits any person, business, or other entity from advertising by any medium.
By
So I guess
any
that
medium.
would-
The trucks.
T-shirts,
The trucks.
marijuana products, or any Schedule I controlled substance anywhere in Indiana. So if I am wearing a T-shirt promoting marijuana in Michigan, am I in violation of this law?
How about this, Kevin? What if that truck comes to Hammond and is rolling down the street? Mm-hmm. Does a Hammond police officer have the right to pull him over?
Sure.
Really?
Yes.
So we could pull him over.
I mean,
we could curb that vehicle and say, turn off that advertisement. Us Hoosiers, we can't see that stuff. It hurts our eyeballs.
Yeah, I think
Our
it's
daddy
in
down
violation
in
of this law.
Indianapolis won't let us see this.
It's in violation of the law. It says could face penalties of up to $5,000 for a first violation, $10,000 for a second, and $15,000 for every subsequent violation. So don't wear those T-shirts
I want them to keep rolling in Hammond. We're not going to ever pull one of those trucks over.
Well, they have the ability to if they wanted to.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting that it didn't pass on party lines. It was only 31-19. Mm-hmm. So that means 10 or maybe 9 Republicans joined with Democrats in voting against it.
So who introduced this bill?
It passed. Signed it. Passed.
Pressel. Pressel. He's from Rolling Prairie.
In LaPorte County.
This is a done deal.
Done deal.
It's law.
I'm surprised to see this. I honestly predicted Indiana going the other direction eventually and legalizing this.
Yeah, eventually.
They're doubling down.
Because they've never saw like a tax they didn't love down there, despite being Republicans.
I tell you what, man, it's shocking to me that we are one of the few states that you could buy sticks of dynamite because it's a firework. That's fine, but you can't buy a joint. It's insane. Like, I've lit a joint many a times in my life. It's never blown my hand off. I can tell you that right now.
I'm sure we could find a lighter to fix that.
There you go. There's the subheading of today's episode. I've lit a joint many times in my life, and it's never blown my hand off.
Just my mind.
Yeah. That's funny.
Blown my mind.
Well, anyway, yeah. So
dorks.
I don't think Indiana's going to be legalizing weed anytime soon.
No, it sounds like they're
not. I'm wrong. I was wrong.
Seems like we're going further back into the early 1900s.
81-9 in the House and 31-19 in the Senate.
Damn. Yeah. See, when I
crazier.
become governor, I'm going to legalize marijuana
Wow.
in Indiana.
When you become governor, huh?
Uh-huh. I'm going to
and
legalize.
kiss
First
a man
day.
on the lips.
Kiss a man on the lips.
Matt Reardon,
That's not
for
a
that
good
matter.
campaign slogan. I'm going to legalize marijuana and kiss a man on the lips. We're going to strike that last part.
You're
How
gonna
about
get
that?
a lot of
No.
progressive votes by doing
I
Yeah.
that.
know, man, but you don't just throw it out there. There's a lot of Hoosiers reading that too, man. They're not going for that. So
He's an ally. We like it.
So enjoy the ads.
legalize weed and kiss a man on the lips.
Hell yeah.
Can't wait.
Enjoy the ads while you can. I also noticed, and this is interesting, in the legislation, of course, because it can't be just like you can't advertise anymore. If you sign a contract before the law takes place on July 1st, you can advertise as long as you want.
So
you can
sign like a 5-year deal.
10-year deal.
And then by the time 5 years is up, I'll be governor.
And then
we'll
it'll just
right
be
back
like,
in, right?
you're in.
Damn.
Okay.
Sign a long-term contract.
Let's go. Long-term deal with Lamar.
Yeah.
Lamar is selling those.
Yeah, like
those
you want a 5-year contract? You want a
Give him
10-year?
10-year. Get a 20-year.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Right? King of Buds. Listen to the show.
Still be seeing ads.
That's who we should, by the
They've
way.
got the money.
We have an extra ad space. We should go to a dispensary.
We can't do it anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
We're not in Indiana based. With podcasts,
Yes, we
it's
are.
invisible. It's in. We have no.
It's invisible.
I'm not
Dude.
getting fined $5,000.
It's in the ether.
Bro, our like
This is why we have no
studio
This is
insurance.
coming out of
firmly in
Tom's
Indiana.
pocket if we do this.
This is why we have no insurance.
Thank you, Kevin.
Shit like this, but
We
like
get
a dispensary.
sued because of
Are you
Dad.
serious? We can't.
It's okay.
It said
wait, hold
any
on.
medium.
Yeah,
But
any
hold on,
medium.
a podcast is not in like.
Look at that.
domiciled.
We are any medium.
We are a medium.
You're
What a
attorney
bunch
at
of
work
bullshit.
here.
Yeah,
That's
we can't do it.
What if we do it like coded?
Oh, yeah.
What
Like,
if we do King of
instead
Buds
of-
for just
Instead
CBD
of
products?
weed, we say
We don't talk
broccoli.
about weed at all.
We
We
got
could like
that.
skirt it. We could be like, don't buy the weed. You can go there for their CBD treats for dogs are perfect.
We're-
King of Buds.
Or
right?
we just said a disclaimer at the end. This advertisement is not advertising marijuana
right.
products.
It's only advertising. We could do. It's only advertising CBD dog treats.
There you
Go
go.
to King of Buds, New Buffalo. Their CBD dog treats are great.
If there's a loophole, Tom will
Tom
find
will
it.
find it.
I love this idea,
And
Steve.
Kevin will approve
I love
it.
this idea.
Steve, get on it. We're going
I
to
love
try to
it.
skirt the law and
Just
see if
for the dog treats.
Representative Pressel or the Indiana State Police come and fine us.
Do you want great CBD dog treats for your dog? Go to King of Buds, New Buffalo.
Bro.
Do the disclaimer, John, at the end.
The best dog treats you'll find. CBD dog treats. King
I
of
can
Buffalo.
hear Preston
King of
having
Buds,
like
New
a
Buffalo.
heart attack right now.
I love it, dude. This is a great
This
end around.
advertisement is not advertising for marijuana products.
We can
Tom's
say Governor
opinions
Bond.
do not
Say
reflect
Governor
those of
Bond
Lockpod.
That's right. All right, let's do some ads, and when we come back, we got George Santos. He's in
Poor
trouble.
Georgie.
And then we're going to talk some Canadian
Poor
politics.
George.
Well, I'm just being
Poor
facetious.
George.
I don't feel sorry for him. I mean, you know.
A little
whatever.
bit, though?
Well,
7
I mean,
years?
You know, it's
We'll talk about it when
We'll
we
talk
get
about it
back.
when we get back.
Extensive.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon. We'll talk about it when we get back, so we can finish it then.
Yes, sir.
Tortillas Nuevo Leon is the gold standard in Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for Tortillas Nuevo Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products made with local expertise.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia.
Those lungs.
de todo corazón.
Misprint Printing. Elevate your brand with Misprint, the premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. With a 30-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team, led by Rick Baltonsberger, combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing and metal business cards, which we haven't heard this year yet. Always on time and within budget.
That was a big one.
Conveniently located in Munster and Hammond, Misprint is your partner for creating impactful visual solutions that leave a lasting impression. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today. And Lindsay.
All right. Sorry, we were conferring. Cantrell and Cantrell attorneys at law. Are you injured or in trouble with the law?
Yes.
Give Cantrell and Cantrell a call and schedule your consultation with someone who is in a court and at the jail literally every day.
Even right now.
Even right now. Call John Cantrell at 219-554-4LAW or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife, Kristen, who I like better, make a great team and are waiting to hear from you.
Most people do.
I'm injured. Who do I call?
Call Cantrell and
Call
Cantrell.
Kuklakis.
Don't tell Kuklakis, though.
Hey,
We're going to start acting these ads out, I'm telling you.
Okay.
I'm going to come in with my sword and I'll be Kuklakis
Yes.
Law. And I'll be like, what the hell, guys?
Right.
The Bug Guys. The Bug Guys Pest Control. Firefighter owned and operated. The Bug Guys specialize. I like that.
Yeah.
The Bug Guys.
That's kind of relaxing.
That's good. Did you like? That's good.
That is really good.
Well, John
job,
said act it out,
Kevin.
so we're acting it out. I'm
Okay.
just trying to act
The
it.
Bug Guys Pest Control. Guys, firefighter owned and operated. The Bug Guys specialize in keeping your home pest free. Call today to schedule your spring treatment. Free estimates and never any contracts. Single treatments or monthly specials available. Call Brian and Craig, the Bug Guys, today to see how they can help you kick off your
Bug
spring
Guys.
pest free. 219-810-7481. That's 219-810-7481 or on Facebook at The Bug Guys Pest Control.
Guys. It's like Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
Pressmer Insurance Agency. For decades, Rondre Pressmer Insurance Agency has been located right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. The Pressmer Agency specializes in a wide range of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and much more. Pressmer Agency serves thousands of people and businesses throughout Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron or Ronnie today at 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you, and I will be calling Ronnie today at 219-844-0103 because I owe him a response.
Okay. Hey, do we have that LockPod cameo that George Santos did?
Please, John.
Oh, yeah.
Please.
Oh, we got it.
Let's remind. Okay, so just a little background information. Season 11 or thereabouts, I believe. We had George had just gotten himself in some hot water, and we asked our great business manager, Steve Kellogg, to see if we could contact George, and he was more than happy to do this.
I forgot he has lip
cameo.
filler in this video.
He has
lip
freaking
filler.
lip filler. You
He
gotta
looks
be
so much
shitting me.
younger and less stressed in this
There's
video.
guys
by the
that
way.
do that? What the? There's guys that put collagen in their lips?
Don't
Yeah.
ask why.
Oh, my goodness.
He's a beautiful man.
Oh, my God. That is so
Never
horrible.
say never, Tom.
There
Yeah.
is no fucking way. Never.
Okay,
You'll
you
never
cis
see-
male.
You know, Brian
I am a
can't,
cis
or,
male. I'm a
Dad
meat eater,
can't
man.
think
I'm
of
not
it
doing that.
because
You're not?
He's had thin man lips his whole life.
I have thin man lips.
You could use some collagen.
There's no way.
potentially.
Dude, those are huge.
I mean, when you kiss Matt on the lips,
Ugh.
you're going to need...
Yeah,
I'm going to have
you
thin
want
lips
those.
when I get Matt on the lips.
Matt's already
thin,
like,
those lips.
no thanks.
thin lips, Matt. All right. Good God. I had no idea how his lips are so
Here we go.
like, filled in. It's
George
crazy.
Santos.
He's wearing makeup too. He looks very pretty.
Yeah.
Botox in the forehead, for
Congratulations to this man.
Hey, LockPod, George Santos here. Just wanted to stop by to wish you guys congratulations on the success of your podcast. Indiana's most dangerous podcast with over 5 million unique downloads celebrating 30 seasons. That's why you guys are the #1 podcast in Europe, and you've received 2 Potties Award. Congratulations and keep up the hard work. Bye.
Oh,
That was nice of him.
Congressman.
That was nice.
I don't
of him.
remember
He got paid.
receiving these awards.
He did. He did get paid, but that was nice. It was
got paid.
It was heartfelt. He actually put some research in.
Yeah.
Well, we sent him the script, but who's counting?
Book
That was
now
nice of him. It
on
was nice of
Cameo.
him. He seems like, honestly, I bet you he's just a nice
think he's
person.
I don't
do
think so.
these for
I think
prison?
I think this guy is a pathological liar fraudster.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That is a strong
Kevin's
word.
opinions.
I'm
do
telling
not
you,
reflect
all you got to do
Lockpot.
is look at what he did and when he
Yeah,
pled guilty
it's pretty
to.
brazen.
He's a bad dude.
It's
I mean,
pretty
don't get me
brazen.
wrong. He comes off very nice. He is not a good guy. He's a liar.
Kevin's going to get us sued
Constant liar.
for defamation.
I love it. Wouldn't that be
Hell
great
of a
if the next
treat.
time we get sued, it was
True.
Kevin's
That
fault?
would
Truth
be
is a
great.
defense.
I would be so
We
happy.
have to take turns.
Kevin's like, we got sued. It's my fault. I'd be like, yes! I'd be the only happy person
John, do
that
you
ever
wanna
got
go
Tom
after
sued.
would be the
Kevin?
only happy
Yeah.
person.
I
Tom
gotta
would
start
love that.
thinking about what I want to do to get us sued.
Get us sued, Lindsay.
He's a fraudster.
It's
and
not my turn yet. John's going after Kevin.
Dude, Santos is listening.
Yeah.
Fine.
In
Truth is a
prison?
defense. The guy. Okay, here. Just for example, the prosecutors called him a pathological liar and fraudster.
Oh, so
I
you're
was
just
using
quoting
their
the
words.
prosecutors.
Thank you.
Okay.
See how I
Yeah.
see how I
didn't know
avoid
that.
getting us
I didn't
in
know
trouble,
that.
Tom?
I didn't know that. You were just quoting somebody
Yes.
else. Okay. So George Santos, the disgraced former New York congressman who fabricated his life story to win public office, was sentenced Friday to just over 7 years in prison for stealing from political donors and lying about his campaign fundraising. He is not going to be getting Botox and lip fillers in prison.
Not that way. 87 months, by the way, which is
Damn.
exactly what the prosecutors asked for.
Dude.
Exactly.
They
That's-
threw the book at him.
And this United States
Wow.
District Court Judge Joanna Siebert said at his sentencing in a federal court in Long Island that he had shown no contrition. Where's the remorse? Where do I see it? He had
Wow.
asked for leniency. He was crying as he read his statement, saying that he betrayed the confidence entrusted to me by constituents, donors, colleagues in the court. He is scheduled to start his prison term on July 25th. He's ordered to pay nearly $580,000 in penalties.
You know whose congressman this is? This was, Lindsay?
New York, right?
Grandma Kelly.
Did she vote for him,
No. She would
Okay.
never. I wouldn't. If she did, I would never admit it.
or she didn't know?
I doubt it.
Here his victim.
Grandma Kelly's smart, and she's listening
She
right
is.
now.
Oh,
so.
Hi, Lynn.
Hi, Grandma.
Yeah.
The prosecutors indicated that despite his guilty plea, Santos remained unrepentant for his crimes. His victims included elderly individuals suffering from cognitive impairment, whose
what?
credit card information he stole. None of them have been repaid, despite Santos earning a total of $566,000 from Cameo and participating in a documentary.
He got a bag from Cameo, man.
And we contributed to that.
Yes, we did.
Which he used for probably legal
Hey, Kevin.
fees.
Yes,
You're right. This guy's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, but like,
bad.
He
Tom
does.
changes his
I
Okay.
did. I was starting reading this. I'm like, holy shit. I'm on the record
bad,
saying this guy
man.
seems like a nice guy.
Thank you for changing your mind.
Thank you.
Yes.
so I'm not defending him whatsoever, but I feel like there's an issue with political franchises who do those recurrent payments that old people don't fully understand, and they're constantly
This was
paying
different than that.
and collecting money from them.
No. This wasn't
I don't like
that.
that.
It was like fraud. I
No.
think he got their credit card number and they
He-
made donations.
How
that
did
kinda-
he?
He used stolen credit card information to
cognitive-
make unauthorized contributions to his campaign
Right.
and to a fake political action
That's
committee
wild.
that he used as a personal piggy bank.
And
How
why
did
why
he get-
PAC, Kevin? PAC have unlimited donations, right?
Correct.
So if you get an old person's credit card info and you have them go to your
I
federal
wonder how he
PAC,
got that.
they can only do 2,800. But if it's to a PAC, it could be unlimited. So
what
if
if
you
he's
get their
using like a skimmer at a gas
and then
station?
PACs are probably totally scrutinized way less than a federal campaign committee, right, Kevin?
I would think so. I mean, I
Not
don't-
scrutinized like Congressman, Santos's campaign account is scrutinized, I'm sure.
Well, and a lot of times people don't know where to go to look
Right,
because
right.
it's a PAC. They don't even know it's
There's a
affiliated with
million freaking
Santos.
PACs out
right.
there, right?
Whereas
Whereas
if you go to
there's
his
one
campaign account, you're like, oh, that's
That's right.
And
So
people
that
may not
one's going
even
to be
look.
scrutinized,
Yeah.
whereas a PAC would be more
by the
anonymous.
public. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, this is the thing. I mean, he falsely inflated his fundraising numbers in order to qualify for financing assistance from the Republican National Congressional Committee.
Could you stop there?
Yeah.
That's interesting because another not friend of the show, another topic of the show we're going to cover next show is Gabe Whitley. And it's interesting that a lot of times you see politicians that are stealing from their campaign committees. They're taking the money out, right? But what these last couple people are getting in trouble for is inflating the amount going in so that they could qualify for bigger money to come from the party.
It's crazy.
So they're making up the donations. Like the guy we're going to talk about in our next show, future show, is Whitley. It was fiction. He would say all this money's coming in and not a damn penny was
Santos
coming
did
in.
the same thing.
And he was doing it just because then he could report to the people in D.C., look at this, I'm raising huge money, and then they give him real money.
Yep. So he fooled the Republican National Congressional Committee, and he fooled a lot of people. I mean, I thought this was interesting. The prosecutor said this. His campaign didn't turn him into a fraudster. It simply revealed him for what he already was.
So he was doing this before he even ran.
Oh, yeah. He was doing this fake, like, I'm going to help dogs that need medical care. And he would, like, take donations in. And then he wouldn't. And then he would tell. He'd like say, "This is the dog I'm going to help."
Right.
Oh no.
And it would like be. It was like a veteran's dog.
Dude, like
and
get MJ. MJ would raise $1 million if I
Yeah,
said.
he'd put the picture like, "Oh, MJ needs
Look
a
at
new leg."
MJ has he's terminal, but I can't afford a surgery for him. Right?
This is literally what he did. There was there was a terminal dog, a dog that had a terminal illness. It was a veteran's dog. I think the veteran might have been homeless or something. He put him up on his website. He collected donations. He took the money. The dog never got it.
No.
Yes.
Well, that's sort of you see that with I obviously
I see that on TikTok a lot.
Public
too.
corruption cases are interesting to me. Obviously, I think it's interesting to read about it so that you learn from people's mistakes, right? And one thing that I've noticed also is a lot of times the politicians will be raising money for like cancer awareness and stuff like that. And I do that every year, by the way. I raised $22,000 just recently for a little girl with cancer, and 100% gave her 100% of what we raised. But sometimes you'll see politicians that are raising money in somebody else's name, and the money never makes it there.
Yeah, or they say, "Oh, I need an administrative fee or this
right,
and that."
So like
That's
a 50% administrative fee, right? Like so.
I was about to give him a pass on everything, and then you brought up the dog thing, Kevin, and now you can't.
I know.
You
Yeah,
can't
that's
fuck
it.
around with dogs.
John doesn't care
No.
about the elderly.
Yeah.
They
But
should
a
have
dog
protected their
is
credit card
involved.
number. A dog doesn't know.
Dementia, pshaw. Dogs. No.
So one of the things I read too is he's going to try and serve. He says his his entire sentence in solitary confinement
what?
out of fear for his safety.
Yeah, he's going to a men's prison. And
I think a lot of people don't like him. They don't like him.
Isn't he?
He's a target.
No, isn't he?
He's
Gay.
He's gay.
Yeah,
Yes.
he is gay, right?
Well,
Yeah,
remember
he is.
he had that Brazilian.
John, he has lip filler.
Yes,
that doesn't.
Botox.
How dare you? I
But
might have lip filler,
I've never seen a
I
dude
think
with lip
those
filler.
are natural.
but they're naturally like.
I
They
think
look good.
I think he had a Brazilian female persona that he would dress up as.
That's right.
That's
That's
right.
right.
So
That's
let's
right.
not forget about that.
Drag. He was a drag performer, guys.
Do you guys-
You can say that.
He
You
was. Go ahead, John. I'm sorry.
My prediction. This is all seriousness. He's not going to serve this entire amount. I think
Oh,
he's
no.
going to get pardoned.
No, dude.
No,
Like, that happened.
Dude,
way.
I do.
Not by Trump.
No, you guys. He was one of the
You
most
guys are gonna
ardent.
pardon
If
him.
you look
I'm
at
not
his
pardoning
voting
him.
record, he was MAGA all the way.
Right.
And I
So you
think Trump is going to save him in the midterm
Oh
hour here.
my God.
He'll save
Maybe
him
towards
at
the end of his term.
Towards
Yeah.
the end of his term.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
do.
good point.
I really do.
That's a good point, John. I like it.
Interesting.
And you know
I think
why?
it-
Because
that's
Biden,
why people listen to Lockpod.
Biden changed the pardon game. I think he really did.
You're right, John.
Yeah.
I agree. But he's going to serve some time.
Yeah, he is.
And it's going to be minimum security. First off, if he was in a maximum security, which he will be for probably the first month or two, because that's how it works. You start off and they're like evaluating you. Stay in solitary confinement, George. I agree. Well, you're in the maximum security prison, and then they'll take you and they'll put you in the minimum security.
I don't think
'cause
he's going to a max.
I
He's
agree.
just going to go right to a minimum.
I thought you always go to a max when you're a federal prisoner.
I don't.
I think
I'm glad I don't know the answer to that question.
I think you do, Kevin, and they evaluate you while you're there, and then they put you in the right prison, so to speak.
I mean, I used to do some federal criminal law as a CJA lawyer back in the day, and I just remember him saying, like, you're going to go here, and that's where you go.
Agree. When they get sentenced.
Yeah, but where they go is where they stay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my memory. Now, maybe
That's
it's changed.
how it happened in
We need
Orange
John
is
to
the
tell
New
us.
Black.
We have federal prisoners in the Hammond jail, for the record,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm pretty sure that they're evaluated maybe while they're in the Hammond jail.
That's pre-sentencing.
Right,
That's
right.
like
Okay.
before trial. So the other thing that I thought was interesting, Santos was the first member to be expelled from the House without a conviction since the Civil War, when a group of Republicans joined nearly all Democrats to vote for his removal because you need a 2/3 threshold, which I didn't realize. It wasn't just a majority; it's 2/3 to get him out, and they reached that.
well, it's a
Yeah, it's got.
impeachment.
it makes sense. You want to
Impeachment
have
has
it.
the same
Yeah,
threshold,
good
right?
I
point.
didn't agree with that, by the way.
What's that?
You didn't. John.
Innocent until proven guilty.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
they wanted him
it's
out.
not criminal though, John. It's just it's like a civil matter, basically. It's not a
Between
criminal
the
matter.
members of your colleagues, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's like a license. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a club, basically, right?
It
It's
is
like
a club over there.
They kick
no,
him out of the
you
club.
get elected to Congress, they have to accept you, John. Just because we elect somebody doesn't mean now 99.9% of the time, if we elect Congressman Mervan and we send him to Washington, D.C., they accept him because he's the elected congressman, but they could say no,
They have their own rules.
right? They have
When
their
has
own
that
rules.
happened?
It happened with
Civil
George
War
Santos.
and
No.
Santos
George
did it.
Santos was in, and then he got kicked out.
That's
Right.
what
Right.
I'm saying.
Right. They could
Oh.
kick you out. They could expel you from Congress.
But has anyone not been accepted? Like,
I don't know. It's a good question.
That is a good. It's interesting.
Expelled before he was accepted.
Let's elect a real asshole, and we'll send him to D.C. and see
We
what
did.
happens.
George Long Island did.
Yeah, Gabe Whitley was running down south. We were trying. So,
and this is just one last quote. I hope this is a New York Congressman, Republican. I hope one of the most notorious former members of Congress uses the next 87 months to find humility and remorse for lying to steal an election and millions from donors. His actions stained Congress, Long Island, and the public trust. Accountability in government isn't optional; it's essential.
agree.
He went for it, huh? Like he pulled a
Didn't care.
Who was the mayor over here in the woman? She just lost the election.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
I mean, it's like
Mayor
kind of
Tiffany.
Mayor Tiff, man.
like there are just rarely cases where they just
Go
get
for
in
it.
and just
Go
fuck
for
it.
it.
Let's just blow it
Burn
up.
I tell you what.
down. Burn it down.
Exactly.
If you compare George Santos to Mayor Tiff, I say Mayor Tiff's smarter though, because I would never do that with the FEC and with the feds. Or like you're crazy. The FBI is gonna get you, right? And it's gonna take longer for the FBI to get to a situation like Mayor Tiff because she's in the state.
I'd say they're both dumb.
I agree.
And they're
both
both
dumb.
bad, and the FBI is going to get both of them.
And it's I'm not. FBI is investigating Mayor Tiff. I think we know that. I think that's all we know, though. I don't think
That's
anything
all we know.
else. Right.
Yeah.
For all I know,
which
she
is-
didn't do anything wrong.
Which
We don't
is
know
bad
yet.
enough. Agree.
We don't know yet.
Hold on, Kevin. She's allegedly dumb.
Correct.
We got to be careful here.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And and the FBI allegedly is going to get her. I don't know.
I'm giving
for
Kevin
a fact.
legal
Thank you.
advice.
Yeah, right.
Thank you, John.
Hey, Canada had elections yesterday, and the moderate. No, I thought it was liberal that won.
Well, it's Liberal Party,
Yeah,
but he's a
right.
moderate within that party. Kind of.
Good.
That's why I kind of was interested in
Right.
this because it's kind of like you.
Uh-huh.
He's a centrist. He's
Uh-huh.
a former banker, and it was just a really interesting thing because this was. I wish I could remember a Canadian. Person that helps us out on Canada
Our
issues.
ambassador.
Yeah, our
Don't even
ambassador.
know
why don't we
his
get
name.
him for the next show?
We're
He
gonna
can explain this.
Steve's gonna try.
I've
so he
never
can
met
explain
him,
it.
by the way.
Yeah, he's
Every
good.
time you guys bring him on, I'm off.
Okay.
So
we're
why don't
gonna
we
get him on.
bring him on when I'm on once?
I like it.
Maybe you stop abandoning us.
It was ski season, damn it. Ski season's over.
We're here with the Canadian. But
That one season, the January through April season, it's
rough.
one where
It's rough on our ski
I know.
on our ski season.
that is rough.
But actually, we're going to talk to him next week, so stay tuned for that. We'll have more on the Canadian election. I thought it was really interesting because he kind of called it. He's like, after Trump got elected, things were changing in Canada because it seemed like there were actually some conservative candidates were like, yeah, we're like, Canada first and, whatever. And MAGA, they were like almost imitating Trump and like they were saying like, we're friends of Trump.
Right.
And that backfired on him.
Yep.
Double-digit lead to losing the election.
Nice.
So we're going to talk about that more. I guess Mark Carney, who replaced Trudeau in term, is now going to be the prime minister for
I
sure.
saw this video yesterday at the Pope's funeral when all the world leaders were walking in, and when Trump walked in, everybody's really quiet. It was like you could have heard a pin drop.
Yep.
He walks in, walks over, sits down with Melania. Everybody's real quiet, right?
Is he even Catholic?
And then
No, you can still. He's world
but you're
leader.
going to the Pope's funeral. And then some people later, Zelensky walks in, and the whole freaking place starts applauding him.
Did not have
It's
a
like
suit on.
He did not have a
J.D.
suit on.
Vance reminded him.
But like the whole place just started clapping, like a moderate clap. That it was
Really?
at a funeral. It was.
I didn't
pretty,
see that.
I
Yeah,
did.
wow.
It was pretty incredible.
It
And
was
it's
cool.
sort of sad too. It's just like we're hated right now because of our jackass president.
I'm glad that Zelensky and Trump talked in the Vatican. That I hope that helps things.
At the Pope's
'cause
funeral.
I've said it.
Hey,
a
let's
million
get some
times.
business done.
I hope Trump can help broker a peace as long as it's a good one for Ukraine and it's fair. But I think I saw Trump over the weekend say to Putin, like, stop.
Yeah.
And I mean, he needs to be real strong against Putin. I hope he continue. I hope he is like that because that war needs to end. And I just, I think we all know where I stand on it. But whatever.
All right, let's call this one a day, guys. Does it sound good?
Yeah.
Jay Vez,
Yeah.
thank you very much. Another good one in the books. And by the way, those little Lockpod clips that we've been putting out, getting us tons of new viewers, tons of new views.
Yeah, follow us on TikTok, Instagram,
Thanks,
all over.
Facebook.
Remember every show you used to have that thing
Yes.
you'd say every show?
I did it last season. You
Yeah.
guys were like, I bet you don't remember it. And I was like, I've got it on my phone still.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, so follow us. But yeah, those clips are going really
Download
well.
us.
So we appreciate that. Linz, good to see you. Welcome back to season 15.
Thanks. Glad to be
Kate
here.
Chandler, good to see you, sir. Thank you very much.
Sir.
I'm glad you guys had a good time in New York and gave us some
thank you.
stuff to talk about. I don't think we have a guest lined up for Friday, so maybe we'll get that Canadian ambassador in here.
Love
if
it.
not, we'll just come in and do a normal Friday show. So we appreciate our audience the most. You guys are the best. You keep us on the air, and that's why we've been here for 15 seasons. 15. So thanks for listening to Lock Pod. We love you all. We'll be back on Friday with another medium quality episode. Thanks for listening. This is season 15, episode 2 in the books. Lock Pod's out. Take care, everybody.